Hi everyone, Laura Newman, Laura's Lakeshore Stampin' Studio here. As promised, here I am at 1 today with a live video showing a Sale-A-Bration set. If you're here watching, pop on in the comments and say hello. Also, I'm working on building my team. Sale-A-Bration is starting January 5th. And of course, Stampin' Up! Is giving a few extra gifts to demonstrators who sign up during that time. You can be a hobbyist, part-time, full-time, anything you want to do. If you're interested in more information, you can message me. You can email me, lauraslakeshoress@gmail.com. Let me know. I can answer any questions you may have about it. So here's the set I'll be using today. And this is going to be free with a $100 purchase during Sale-A-Bration. It's called A Touch of Ink. You've got some beautiful hummingbirds, butterflies, floral elements, and then you've got some solid watercolor stamps. So you would just ink them up and add your color to your images you've stamped. Some beautiful phrases, best wishes, thank you so much, thinking of you. Hope, love, hello friend. These are photopolymer. I like to use my photopolymers with my Stamparatus. So I'm going to build a little scene. Let me show you the card we're going to make. A little thank you card. My little hummingbird is not attached yet. I'll attach that at the end. So I'm just going to show you how I built the scene for the sake of keeping the video quick and short. I've got 3 of my grandsons here for the week. So short is going to be, oh goodness, let's get that down. So I put my cardstock in. I lined it up at 2 inches in case it moves. When the stamps are new, they do that quite often. No, Ethan, you need to stay out. Oh goodness, my magnets stuck together. These are super strong magnets. Here we go. And there they go again. Let's keep those apart. Goodness sakes. So I'm going to put one there and put one up higher. And I already had that position. I think I want to move that back a little tiny bit more. About like so. Actually, I want to go this way a little bit more because I want this flower to be sort of offset. I don't want the whole image on there. That looks good. So I'm going to take my Memento black ink and just ink up my stamps quickly. And we'll go ahead and stamp those images on. And that's stamped very nicely. I'm going to take my little chamois, quickly clean my stamps off before I place them on, because we're going to take these again and do these on the other side. So now I'm going to move my card way over to this edge. And this time we'll put a flower stamp down here, about like so. And we'll put the leaves about like so. We're going to be using watercolor pencils today to color our images in. So again, I want to reposition that. Sometimes when the stamps are new, they will stick like that. Yep, that looks like a good placement. You could also take a little bit of washi tape or any low-tack tape, painter's tape, and tape that cardstock on so it doesn't move. So we'll go ahead and stamp these images on. And that's all we need stamped. So I'm going to go ahead and move this off the way for now. Well, excuse me 1 minute. I have a 4-year-old trying to get in my room. bear with me for 1 minute. You don't come in right now. I got a video going. Get away from the door and be quiet. Okay, thank you. Okay, I am back. He needed his jacket and boots. So now we're going to take our watercolor pencils. And I am using the Watercolor Pencil Assortment 2. It is item number 149014 if you don't have them. We have lots of beautiful colors. So I'm going to be using 6 colors today. I'm going to start with my cherry cobbler. And I'm going to lightly color in. I'm just going to do a few of the images to kind of show you how to shade the flowers. Anywhere that it's like next to something else or underneath, we want to do the darker color. Kind of make them look a little three-dimensional. So this is the cherry cobbler. And the names are on each pencil so you can see exactly what color you're using. And we're going to get here around the center. We'll get behind there. And I don't need a lot, and I don't need to be really careful about it either, because this is going to be a watercolor effect. Next, I'm going to take the Flirty Flamingo pencil, and I'm just going to kind of add some blobs of color in. And there'll be some white left on my flowers. That's okay. We want several gradients of color going on in these flowers. That one, we'll add a little cherry cobbler here. And then we'll go back with the Flirty Flamingo here. I'm just adding in a little color. For my leaves, I'm using the Garden Green and the Granny Apple Green. And again, I'm just going to add a little bit of each color. We'll do some of the bigger leaves here. And you don't need to press really hard with these. To get the darker color, it's not a matter of pressing hard. You don't want to break your pencil tip. It's a matter of putting on several layers of color. You notice it gets darker, and I'm using the same pressure each time. So now let's get a little bit down here. And I'm going to add in a little Granny Apple Green. I'm not even being careful. I'm just sort of adding a little bit of color. There's some white in here. You don't need to be really careful with this technique. And that looks pretty good. Oh, little Granny Apple Green up here, up there. See, you don't need to be necessarily all that neat. We'll move those off to the side and that. So next, I took my blender pen. You get a box of 3 of the blender pens when you order. So if you don't have these, the item number is 102845. I will add this information in the comments under my video. Again, the Sale-A-Bration sets are not going to be available till January 5th. Now to watercolor, you want to make sure your brush tip is clean first. And you want to do that again and clean it in between color changes. So for now, I'm just going to add some color down. I'm going in the direction of the petals, pulling the darker color out and up. And we're going to blend that, blend that. And as you can see, I'm just hitting lightly, quickly. There's a little bit of white left in spots. That's okay. We'll get this petal down here. We'll get these down here. There we go. Now I'm going to clean my tip again. Just dragging it on my paper. And I'm going to switch over to the green. And I'm just going to lightly blend those colors in. So when you use the blender pen, it does exactly what the name suggests. It'll take colors that are close and blend them in together. I absolutely love watercoloring with these. So much fun, easy to do. And that is how, and then I did the same thing on this flower and these leaves. going to clean that tip a little bit again and just blend that color in a little more there. You can make your final touches. And there we go. Quick and easy. Clean my tip off, put the cap back on. So the next thing we want to do, let me remove these stamps. I'm going to clean them up, put them back in the case. We're going to stamp the Hummingbird. These are nice large stamps too. So I'm going to take my Hummingbird out, and I'm going to go ahead and put these back in here right away so I don't lose them. Again, if you're watching in the comments, stop and say hello. Okay. So now I'm going to take a separate sheet of paper, Whisper white cardstock, and this will work. And I'll just hold it there. And I just want to stamp a hummingbird somewhere on here. This one I'm going to have to fussy cut. So I'm going to take my Memento black ink. So because I'm just going to fussy cut, I'm just using up some random scraps of cardstock I had laying around. And there we go. Nice crisp image. And I'm going to put my hummingbird stamp away really quick. Give it a quick clean. Back in the case. My biggest fear is I'm going to lose my photopolymer stamps, so I like to get them back into the case right after I'm done using them. There we go. So now we're going to pull that off, move the stamp apparatus aside. And to color the hummingbird, I just started with my blue. Let's see, where did my blue pencil go? There we are. Which shade did I use? That's more of a purple. Okay. So I'm just going to throw some color down quickly. And I'm just kind of scribbling. I know I'm going to have those colors there. I want to do my Granny Apple Green here. And I'm not even coloring the whole thing in. I'm just kind of laying color down. Maybe we'll get more here. Okay. Now the belly, I'm going to mix in some of the purple. And let's go with, a little bit more. This color is Night of Navy. So a dark blue for the belly. Just a tad more Granny Apple Green in with that. And then we'll take my Night of Navy. And I'm just going to put some there. I'm going to put some over here on this wing. And we'll get a little bit in here. We don't want a whole lot on the tail feathers. I'm going to take my Flirty Flamingo and run that in here. I'm also going to get some of the feathers with that. And I'm just adding some color down, and these will blend in after. And we're going to make the tail feathers a little more pink. And then going to take the Gorgeous Grape and lay that down right in here and in the face area. Just very light color. We'll add a little bit of the grape in here and into the tail feathers as well. Little bit in the wings. Nice to have several shades of color going on. I think I'm going to add a little pink down here too. The Flirty Flamingo. And then once I have that done again, clean binder pen, yep. That's all clean. I'm just going to go ahead and start blending these colors in together. And we want to clean in between shades. So because I'm doing the green now, we're going to clean that. Again here, this is the Night of Navy and the Granny Apple Green. You can see how beautifully that blended and turned out to be a different color. So I'm going to clean the tip again, and then I'm going to do the bit of Gorgeous Grape around the eye. Clean the tip. I'm going to come in and do the Flirty Flamingo. Clean the tip. Do the Granny Apple Green for the head. And then I'm going to do the tail feathers. You want to make sure you get all your colors down first before you use your blender pen. And there we go. We're all blended in. We'll run that a little bit more here. And a little bit more there. So quick, easy. Tip is clean. Put the cap on. So now, let's go back to my card that you see how beautiful that hummingbird, dragonfly, listen to me. We're going to come back here. We're going to take this scene. So how I created this, it's just a torn edge look. I'll just show you here briefly. And we're just going to move. I like to rip with my right hand because I'm right-handed. So I'll start there. And I'm just coming in around the flower, leaving a little bit of the edge on. It gives it a nice, soft, wispy look. And again, we'll come back over here this way. This one will look a little different than the other one because the positions are a bit different. So there, I've got my torn edge look. I will take a piece of the Coastal Cabana, Bermuda Bay, I'm sorry. And then what I will do after I attach this, I'll finish coloring and attach. All I did was take my Coastal Cabana and a little bit of my Night of Navy ink. And I just sort of put little swatches of color, and I took my blender pen and colored it. And then there is a little dotted stamp right here. You'll want to take that one, ink it with Bermuda Bay ink. And I stamped off once and then randomly stamped down dots. Just gave it a little more interest. So that is how I completed this. Once I attached this, I just tore the paper again, right around going with that one. So, now my hummingbird, I want to take my Wink of Stella. I want to add a little bit of sparkle. I'm just going to ever so gently squeeze up here on this part. And you'll see, there we go. Now I have a little bit of the medium coming down into the chamber here. And I'm just going to go ahead and color my hummingbird with the Wink of Stella. And I don't know if you can see this on camera. Quite often it doesn't show up. But it is absolutely beautiful in person. Let's see if I can catch this on camera. Yeah, we're getting a little bit of that sheen and shine. And it's really sparkly too. Because if you look at hummingbirds in nature, quite often they have a glistening effect. And the Wink of Stella achieves it beautifully. So then what I'm going to do, Wink of Stella dries super fast. Let's see, I want my mini dimensionals. Here we go. And I'm just going to add a few of these because I want to raise my hummingbird up a little bit on the card. Give it a little more interest, a little more dimension. Oh, hi. Lavira, how are you today? Karen, how are you? So now I'm just going to peel the backings off of the mini dimensionals. I have to hurry up. I have my 3 grandsons here, and they keep banging on the door and doing little things to get Grandma's attention. They are 8, 5, and 4. Oh, 6 and 4, I'm sorry. So they're quite young, and trying really hard to be good, but we have not seen them since summertime, and we'll have them for a week. So, of course, they don't want Grandma locked up in her studio working. They would rather be playing. But here's the finished card. So you've kind of got a clean and simple look going on the top and a little more detailed look in the bottom. Let's see if we can get that hummingbird to shine. Maybe a little bit in there, but the effects in person are absolutely beautiful. Quick, easy. Thank you so much. You can either stamp a sentiment inside or write a note, and your card is done. And again, this is called A Touch of Ink, 155233, starting January 5th. This will be free with a $100 purchase. So keep watching. I'll be doing a short 15-minute video or 10-15-minute video each day through the remainder of the week through Saturday, showing you a lot of the different freebie Sale-A-Bration items that are out there. So I will see you tomorrow at 1 o'clock again. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye, all.